My name is Maddie Burt, and I suffer from chronic pain. I know many of you probably know somebody who struggles too, and it is no joke. But the only way I can survive is if I stay humorous. So have you ever been electrocuted? Can you imagine what that feels like? Can you imagine the sting, the zing, and the twinge? Well, I can. There are lots of different ailments that cause chronic pain. Some of you may know people with multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, endometriosis, chronic fatigue, the list goes on and on. If you know someone with one of these conditions, you know the struggles they face in their everyday lives. It can be so difficult to live with chronic pain. It can really control your life. Each of these conditions are different. And I want everyone to know about my rare chronic pain and exactly what it is. I will give you information about what my chronic condition is, how I came down with it, and how I plan to heal from it. So, trigeminal neuralgia, otherwise known as tic douloureux, is an idiopathic condition, meaning that it comes about spontaneously and the causes of it are unknown. Trigeminal neuralgia, let's call it TN for short because it's way easier, is a rare nerve condition that usually strikes individuals, especially women, at age 50 or over. The trigeminal nerve is the one responsible for all feelings and sensations in your face. There are 3 branches of it. One of it runs through your forehead. That is called the ophthalmic, or branch 1. There's one that runs through your cheek, called the maxillary branch. And then there's one that runs through your jaw, called the mandibular, or branch 3. So what causes the pain? Well, one of these nerves loses its myelin sheath, and the protective coating and the artery presses on the exposed nerve. It sounds like no big deal, but it is, trust me. The irritation on any one of these nerves can feel fatal to the person affected. The pain is a stabbing electric shock sensation, and it is unlike any pain I have ever experienced. The condition is nicknamed the suicide disease because of how extreme the pain is. It usually only happens on one side of the face, but it can also happen on both sides, which is called atypical TN. The pain can last anywhere from a few seconds to a few minutes, and these episodes can happen every few hours. Triggers for this type of facial pain are any facial vibration, like touching, eating, brushing teeth, washing face, the wind blowing, etc. Really anything can set it off, and a person with this condition never truly knows when it will happen. Some people experience a build-up feeling that can make the pain easier to predict, but otherwise the shocks are unpredictable. This can be quite traumatic for the sufferer, and depression and anxiety are common side effects. Something even more traumatic, there is no known cure. It can be treated with anticonvulsant medication, which is something that someone may take for seizures or bipolar disorder. This doesn't cure, but it does soothe the pain, which is wonderful. A chronic option is a microvascular decompression procedure. This is brain surgery. A neurosurgeon will perform a craniotomy and place a piece of sponge between the artery and the trigeminal nerve. Patients that have had this procedure experience immediate relief, but unfortunately the pain may come back eventually. So I came down with this condition last summer around this time of year. I think it may have been triggered by a bad visit to the chiropractor, but our doctors are not sure. I first noticed it while washing my face, and through the next few days it got worse and worse to the point that I was literally begging for help. I lost 10 pounds in under a week because I couldn't eat without agony. I was severely dehydrated to the point where I was unable to stand up and walk. I finally got in to see a pain specialist where I was treated with several IVs and I was prescribed an anticonvulsant. To my excitement, the drug worked. I was so elated. I felt like I came back to life. I have never experienced so much relief in my life. I felt like I was being tortured and I was finally set free from the pain. So before I conclude, I want to give you a little update of where I'm at with this condition. Not everyone can breeze through this, and unfortunately, very recently, around June 28th, I started to relapse. The pain is a little more bearable than the first time around, but has been causing me extreme stress. I'm working with the doctors to find the next steps to healing this condition, and I will not let it take over my life again. I'm interested in holistic healing, things like acupuncture, changing my diet. Some of these things may give me relief. I will take every step necessary, even brain surgery, if it will allow me to heal. So now you should know a little more about what trigeminal neuralgia is and how I came down with the condition and how I plan to heal. I hope you learned something today. I want everyone to be sympathetic and have compassion for those who suffer from chronic diseases and illnesses. It may seem at times that we are not trying enough, but trust me, we are. These conditions can cause extreme anxiety and depression that can ruin lives. But we're strong, and we will do anything we can to get through it. We want to live our lives pain-free, and we will do everything we can to achieve that. The sun always comes out after the rain. Thank you.